The Knicks did not put out a statement, but James Dolan wrote an internal memo that was leaked, and here's what it said. Quote, as companies in the business of sports and entertainment, however, we are not any more qualified than anyone else to offer our opinion on social matters. What's important is how we operate. Our companies are committed to upholding our values, which include creating a respectful workplace for all, and that will never change. What we say to each other matters. How we treat each other matters, and that's what will get us through this difficult time. Jalen, what do you think about the fact that he wrote an internal memo about the lack of a public statement?
If this seems like suppression and or a bully tactic to those that work for you and or under your tutelage, it is. But I hate to remind everybody, it's not just Madison Square Garden or the Knicks that have this overtone about their corporation and business. A lot of them, if not many of, not most of them do. It's just that he put it in the memo. For most others, it's just understood. Same premise. He doesn't want people to comment on social issues. You can name whatever business that you want. Anything you post on IG, Twitter, Facebook, you have to be accountable for it as it relates to your employer. That's why I always talk to young people about using social media to your benefit, not your detriment.
What's wild to me is he acts like there's some sort of lack of expertise. Like we haven't studied this enough. We're not experts on this, so we're not qualified to offer our opinion. But that's the thing is, it doesn't take expertise to watch the video of George Floyd die underneath the knee of a police officer to look at that and just viscerally say, you know what? That's bad. That was wrong. We as a company, me as an individual, us as a collective, we are against this murder. Murder is pretty binary. Like you're either for it or against it. And it really seems to me that there's no level of expertise. There's no qualification. There's no degree that you need to get in anything to come out and just say murder is bad. What happened in Minneapolis, the death of George Floyd, was wrong. And we stand against that. Like, how hard is that, Jalen?
The brutality of criminals with badges and guns have been going on for as long as Black and brown people have been in the United States of America, Jacoby. And you're talking about the same James Dolan who used security and forces to have Charles Oakley removed from the building. You talking about that guy? The same one that denied entry to Spike Lee? Okay, so again, this could be an easy topic to make him a punching bag, but I will say this: don't act like in corporate America, the majority of companies don't feel this way. They just don't print it in a company letter like he did.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the incidents because this is not sort of the only thing that he has done. Now, I do want to point out that he has hired a lot of African-American for prominent positions, especially in the New York Knicks. But, you know, you remember this, that he told fans to root for the Nets. The altercation with Charles Oakley, banning a fan from MSG for speaking up about him, the public feud with Spike Lee in that video. Like, he's a habitual line stepper. And my question for you is, as someone who has played in the NBA, how do you feel if you are a member of the Knicks? How do you feel if you are a free agent considering the Knicks? How do you feel if you are a draft prospect about to get picked by the Knicks?
So you have to be able to separate the two, Jacoby, because we've made accusations and held accountable a lot of different prominent people for teams. It doesn't mean that they still don't have great players in uniform because that's their job. So I don't think with the shakeup that they've done in the front office, I think they've actually improved their position and their basketball decision making. So therefore, if people will consider coming to New York City, I still, after all of this, believe the Knicks are going to be a viable option and will be landing somebody that's a game changer.
I do love the hire of Leon Rose. You know what I mean? I like the involvement of Steve Stout, but it just seems like anytime the Knicks start to gain a little bit of momentum, just to start to sort of like repair the reputation that they have in the world amongst NBA fans, they take two steps back every time they take one step forward. And this is just so tone deaf. Read the room, James Dolan. Read the room. Do you know how this
what
got
helped
out?
the Knicks? Let me tell you what helped the Knicks.
What's going to
My
help the
Puma
Knicks?
brothers, Knox and RJ Barrett Ball. That's what will help the Knicks. Their last 2 lottery picks.
Well, they've got a lottery pick coming, and I hope it is LaMelo Ball. And I just want to ask one serious question: is this obviously is not enough? I mean, this is clearly his decision, and this is within his rights to do. But is there any chance that James Dolan violates these little things enough time where the NBA starts to sort of challenge his ownership?
No. When we speak about storied brands, of course, we're going to talk about the Lakers and the Yankees and the Celtics. Actually, the Knicks are worth more.
I know.
How about that? And with 2 championships that they won 40 plus years ago, the real estate in New York City, along with the power of the brands that play in that building, and his father owned the team. And because of nepotism, it's now his, Jacoby. He's not going to be a Donald Sterling. He's not going to be forced to sell the team. I know there are a lot of people that's like, sell the team. And if I had to pay to watch them play, I would feel the exact same way over the past X amount of years. But not going to be able to do it.
Why would you sell the team when the value increases it the way it does? You look at the Forbes list, the most valuable franchises. Not only are they at the top of the NBA, they're at the top of the NBA, and the gap keeps growing every single year. The value of that franchise grows and grows and grows. He is literally failing his way up the value of the franchise. It is depressing.